I'll call this regional council meeting to order. Please be advised that tonight's meeting is available for the public to attend virtually. Is being streamed and recorded. Should virtual attendees wish to address council during either the public comment period or the question and answer period, use the raise hands feature on your webinar control. When it's your turn and are prompted, unmute your microphone, state your name, and ask your question. Once your question is ended, you will be muted again. Are there any council additions tonight? Any CAO additions?
No, Mayor.
Can I get a motion, please, to adopt the agenda? Moved by Councillor Soul, seconded by Councillor Andrews. All those in favor? Carried. Adoption of the minutes of the Special Regional Council meeting in November 15th, 2021, Special Regional Council November 17th, 2021, Special Regional Council December 6th, 2021, Special Regional Council December 8th, 2021, Special Regional Council December 13th, 2021, Regional Council December 13th, 2021, and Special Regional Council December 14th, 2021. Can I get a motion to adopt those minutes, please? Moved by Councillor Andrews, seconded by Councillor Penny. All those in favor? Carried. Are there any virtual attendees who wish to comment on tonight's agenda? Very well. Administration report number 1. And oops, sorry. You're okay? Animal Welfare Services. Ms. Shepherd.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So returning to you tonight in continued efforts to address animal control and welfare issues in the Northern Rockies. As you know, the issue has returned to Council several times over the year with different options and ideas having been explored. In the absence of a locally operating animal shelter and with increasing needs to address animal welfare concerns, and with both the pound keeping animal control contracts expiring in the coming year, it is recommended that the NRM engage in a formal process to determine what opportunities exist to improve and/or combine animal welfare services. So Regional Council may wish to invite expressions of interest for the provision of animal welfare, animal control, and pound keeping services, which would see the continuation of existing services as well as address current service level gaps, such as the facilitation of fostering and adoption services of abandoned pets and animals impounded beyond 72 hours, public education regarding animal welfare, and the facilitation of spay and neuter clinics in collaboration with local veterinarian services.
Thank you. Are there any questions for Ms. Shepherd? Very well, I'll make a motion that the NRM invite expressions of interest for the provision of animal welfare, animal control, and pound keeping services. Do I have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Penny. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Ms. Shepherd, administration report number 2, Northern Development Initiative Trust annual grant applications.
So these are 2 grants that the NRM applies for annually and has been successful with for several years. They help offset staffing costs for grant writing and just require a formal resolution of council.
Thank you. Moved by Councillor Souls that the Northern Rockies Region Municipality submit an application to the Northern Development Initiative Trust grant writing support for the amount of $8,000 to offset the cost of providing grant service, and that the Northern Rockies Region Municipality submit an application to Northern Development Initiative Trust Economic Development Capacity Building Program for an amount of $50,000 to partially fund a Regional Economic Development Officer position. Do we have a seconder for Councillor Souls' motion? Seconded by Councillor Andrews. All those in favor? Carried. Administration report number 3, application to ICIP British Columbia Toad River Community Water Supply. Mr. Dominic.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. So this report in front of you essentially is asking for the endorsement of a grant application specific to the Toad River Community Water Supply. Specifically, this program is the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program, and it's a grant program that will cover roughly 73% of the capital costs of any potential project under its scope, and specifically this one is for drinking water systems. This being said, we hope to come back to council on February 14th with further information on this potential project and also potential options.
Thank you. Any questions from Mr. Dominic? Very well. Somebody like to make that motion? Councillor Andrews, that the application be made to the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Program, British Columbia Green Infrastructure Environmental Quality Grant Program to fund up to 73.33%, $305,000 of the total project cost of $416,000 to build and install a small treated water system at the Toad River Community Hall, with the remainder $111,000 to be funded by the NRRM. Do I have a second for Councillor Andrews' motion, seconded by Councillor Penny? All those in favor? And that motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Admin report number 4, Northern Rockies Environmental Advisory Committee for discussion. Ms. Shepherd.
Hi, this report comes in follow-up to Council's resolution to establish a Northern Rockies Environmental Advisory Committee. So the expression of interest process was initiated and 9 applications were received. Council may wish to appoint all or select applicants as members of the EAC. We're looking for Council's determination on the number of voting members. So that may be all or a select group. We're also looking for Council's determination on the chair of the committee and for Council's direction on the terms of reference, which might be approved as presented, amended, or Council may wish to have the EAC review the draft terms and return to Council with any feedback.
Thank you. Let's start with the committee size and membership. Do we have any comments on the committee size and membership? We have 3 options before us. Councillor Gerwing, any comments?
Yeah, I mean, I am more than pleased with accepting all of the applicants. So I don't know if we're talking about that right now, if we just want to concentrate on size. I think there was 7. I don't know whether we just want to limit it to 7. What if somebody in 6 months wants to join, or 3 months? So I'm just wondering if we can leave that open or put a figure of 10 on it, or, I mean, I know it can always be changed at the discretion of council. So I would kind of like to leave it so that if other people are interested in joining, that there's space for those people to join.
I believe under the options, section 1A2, regional council could establish a minimum number of committee members and appoint a greater number. So would that be an option? Do we have a minimum number we would not want to see it fall below, Councillor Gerwing?
Well, I think 5, but I'm open for input from council. I don't really know why I'm picking 5, but I'm picking 5.
Councillor Andrews.
5 also jumped into my head, if that helps you at all. I was thinking like 5 to 12 would be a decent number. And I like having buy-in from the committees as well. So like, even if we say yes to the people that are there and they decide, well, we only need 7, then I would take that into consideration as well, right?
Any other comments? Councillor Penny.
Yeah, after spending the last year or so with the tourism committee and how difficult it's been to actually get people to the meetings or even get people interested in joining, I was so happy to see how many people wanted to join this one. And I don't feel any numbers really will make any difference. It's going to be what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
however many that they can get, if the numbers do drop down to a level, I mean, if we don't have enough interest, I guess it's just not going to happen. But I wouldn't want to see it limited that, all of a sudden there's only 4 members and so we've got to shut it down. I'd never want to see that. So yeah, my input, I'd rather not have any number of restrictions, low or high.
Very well. Okay. So Councillor Gerwing, you've said 5.
Sure. I really like And I really like that we could establish a minimum number. And just to Councillor Penny's point is that let's just say we pick 5 today, and for some reason we end up going down to 4. I would imagine that the chair would bring that back to council, and council then has the option to change that. And I really like how you pointed out, Mayor, that we could appoint a greater number. So I really like the second option in under A, and the second option in that, and with the 5 as a minimum.
Very well. Under B, delegate via council resolution the appointment powers of the committee to another party, i.e. the mayor or regional councillors. I think we're all in favor of regional councillors making the decisions regarding the size of membership of the committee.
But not one specific, like we're not going to delegate that, the appointment powers to one specific councillor. We're going to leave that with council,
Regional
right?
council, yes.
Right,
Okay.
okay. So that's, I agree with that 100%.
Okay, any other discussion on that point? And the last one, host a preliminary environmental advisory committee meeting with all participants to review draft terms of reference, including goals and purposes, and have the group recommend size of membership at that point. I guess we don't need that if we have a resolution number A2.
Yeah, that,
And-
I'm in,
And if at some point it does come back to that, we can just bring it back to council. Very
Yeah,
well.
I agree.
Okay. So I'm going to ask for a resolution that the committee size and membership be a minimum of 5 as a minimum number of committee members, and any greater number is allowed. And that the appointment of powers of the committee be through regional council.
right. I would second that, Mayor.
Okay, moved by me, seconded by Councillor Goering. All those in favor? Carried. Terms of reference to be approved as presented with the inclusion of council's direction on size, membership, and chair appointment. Okay, I think we've done that. I think we already established that Councillor Goering is going to be the chair? I believe at the last meeting we did that, did we not?
I think so.
I believe
but-
it was, yeah, I don't think there was a formal resolution,
Oh.
if that's,
All right, I'll make that resolution that
I'll
Councillor
second.
Goering, moved by myself, seconded by Councillor Souls. All those in favor? Carried.
Can I vote for
And
myself?
Okay, so the chair appointment is done.
Terms of reference, Mayor?
Pardon me?
So the terms of reference is before council?
Very well. And that's on the next page, I believe? No? Sorry.
No.
Which
So
page
if-
is that, Councillor?
It's on page 36 of your package. Do you want me just to go over that?
Sure, go ahead.
So the terms of reference is before council, starting on page 37. It was in your council package and it's before you tonight for your review. You have the option to approve the terms of reference with the minimum number of committee participants at 5 with no maximum. So you have that option tonight before you to vote on the terms of reference as written, or you could approve tonight and have it reviewed by the committee once it's established to come back with any of their revisions to come back before council.
Any comments on this, councillors? Councillor Penny?
I would rather see it go to the committee prior, and we approve it as is, but give the committee a chance to meet and go over it. There's always lots of great ideas that come out of there before we finalize it.
Councillor Andrews?
Yeah, I like that idea as well. I would make a motion that we approve it in principle and have it come back from the environmental committee prior to us finally adopting it.
Any other comments? Very well, then, Councillor Penny, I'll ask you to make the motion, and
I just did.
very well.
I'll second.
Councillor Andrews made that motion. Councillor Penny seconded. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. So we're going to make a motion then to appoint the following people to the Northern Rockies Environmental Advisory Committee. Ariel Murdoch, Robert Cheyenne, Krista Pearson, Michael Schillnecht, Terry Cavalier, Ariana Quinn, Taylor Bain Tacosa, Bev Vanderstein, Jordan Turcott. Do we need a motion, Ms. McIver, to appoint them? Okay. Then Councillor Penny will second that motion. I'll ask for a vote. All those in favor? Carried. Northern Rockies Regional Municipality Airport fees for adoption. Mr. Barry?
Yeah, first, second, and third reading for the bylaw was completed at the previous meeting, Mayor. So this is for adoption for the fees bylaw for the fees to be reinstated.
All those in favor? Carried.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, sorry. We jumped the gun. Councillor Andrews is going to move that motion. Do we have a seconder for that motion? Well, Councillor Souls would second that motion. And now it's a formality. We will go back and we will call the question. All those in favor? Well, that's what I was terrified of. However, that motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Correspondence letter from Sanders Rose Bone Grindle. Interim 2021 audit findings. Received for information. Letter from Dan Davies, Lab Service Support Nelson General Hospital. Letter from Northern Rockies Senior Society, Joan Kinzet, Executive Director, a request for a letter of support for the grant application. Letter for Northern Rockies Arts Council, Nancy Stevens, President, grant and aid, and a letter of support for the Canadian Heritage Grant. Are there any comments on any of those? Councillor Andrews.
Was the Northern Rockies Senior Society looking for support?
Yes, yeah. they're looking
I
for
would
a
like to make a recommendation or a resolution to support their application.
Do I have a seconder for Councillor Andrews? Seconded by Councillor Penny. All those in favor? Carried.
Can I interrupt just one moment? Can we, because the minutes are recorded straight from the video and they need a formal resolution to submit with their application. So would you mind reading the resolution?
The resolution?
that's- Yeah,
Sure.
within the letter.
That's all right. We're doing good. Oh, thank you.
Oh, now it's really small. There you go.
The Northern Rockies Senior Society would like to apply for Northern Development Initiative Trust funding to assist the community shuttle program. So a resolution of the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality support the grant application from the Northern Rockies Senior Society to the Northern Development Initiative Trust Community Shuttle Program for up to the maximum grant of $150,000. A seconder for, why did Councillor Penny second it? Thank you. All those in favor? Carried. Thank you. Thank you, Councillor. And letter from Northern Rockies Arts Council, grant and aid letter of support for the Canadian Heritage Grant. Do we need the exact wording of that one as well?
Yes, please.
First one to find it.
I can make that motion.
I'd like-
Mr. Mayor. Sorry.
Thank
And you
you.
read it too.
Yeah, that the.
I'm
Northern
afraid I have to
Rockies-
read it, though.
Okay.
Did you find it? Thank you.
I thought Councilor Roper was actually going to read it.
Oh, well, Counselor Roper, would you go ahead and read that then?
I don't know if I want to now. Yeah, so I'll make the motion that the Northern Rockies Regional Municipality supports the grant application from the Northern Rockies Arts Council to the Canadian Heritage Grant Program for the maximum grant of $17,261 for the 2022 Northern Rockies Arts Council Street Festival.
Thank you. Let me search for a seconder for that motion, Counselor Roper. Oh, I found one. Counselor Andrews. Thank you, Counselor Andrews. All those in favor? Carried. Are there any other comments on the correspondence? Hearing none. Received for information, Council Information Package, December 15th, Council Information Package for December 22nd, 2021, and the Council Information Package from January 5th, 2022. Councilor Goering, water walking and aquatic center, I understand that that has been taken off since the walking track will now be open, so it is not necessary to deal with this item. Is that correct?
Yes, thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Any council reports? Very well. I have none as well. Are there any questions from the public? Very well. I'll declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you.